All right, sit comfortably or lie comfortably, but enough that you can remain attentive and awake. We'll ring the bell 3 times and take a deep breath in and out with each ring of the bell. In and out. And now just let your breath flow normally. Short if it wants to be short, long if it wants to be long. And let the echoing of the bell lead you into this exercise of mindfulness. Continue to breathe in a relaxed manner, but put your attention on your breath. Your belly rises as you breathe in and falls as you breathe out. And after that out breath, there's a brief moment where it's as though your breath stops. There's a pause in between that and the in-breath. Some mindfulness traditions have you focus on that pause. It's partly a feeling of power in a way. If you've ever done martial arts, you know that your real strength comes with your out-breath and at the very end of it. And in this case too, it's not only a sense of power, but it's where you have clarity and your mind seems to calm for just that moment. And some even teach that it's like a small death, because you've had an out-breath and we're never guaranteed our next in-breath. So each breath, each in-breath is a new moment, but also a new birth. You're stepping into that next moment after that pause. I'm thinking of that today because we just had a little birthday celebration for a member here. And I was thinking about how there's a different kind of being born again that we all experience each moment, that being reborn with each new breath. And in some traditions they say any new birth and the universe is born again. A flower opening, the birth of a child. You can say for one reason it's that each new being becoming a member of that community of beings changes. The world is changed and reborn again. And we can see it that way and feel that. We feel the sense of impermanence, but of also how things continue from moment to moment and are born again and again. Each breath in, the belly rising, is that rebirth. Each breath out, we can treat as though it's our last breath. And if we do that, it's a way to keep, you could say, death right at hand. And all the great traditions talk about how keeping in mind the fact that we won't live forever is the way that we see how precious life is. And if you think of this breath and breathing out as though it could be your last, you have true joy and gratitude with the next breath that comes, the next in-breath. It keeps things clear. And as I say, it brings gratitude, seeing the precious nature of each moment and of each life, and that sense that none of us have forever. So those things you want to do, it's best to do them now, while you're alive and can do it. Whether it's to laugh more, tell people you love them, you appreciate them, speak your mind, smell the spring on the air. Maybe it's even something that you might not think of as being a gift or a treasure. Taking care of a sick baby that's vomiting. But you get to see that that too is a moment that you'll never have again. And you get that wonderful opportunity to take care of another being. And that fact that we're born again and again really is the opportunity of this life. That we can change in each moment, so that there's always hope. There's always the possibility of change. And as I say, some people practice in that way, to think about the fact that they won't live forever. I was just talking with a friend who said he was talking with a good friend, and she said, when I die, I want to be cremated. And she asked him, what do you want to have done when you die? And he said, well, if I die. She said, did you hear what you just said? But I would say we all still have that 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid within us who feels that we'll never die, that we can do foolish things, climb up a sheer cliff, jump over a chasm, play chicken with cars. And I think no matter how old you get, you begin to see a little bit that all of us have to leave this world at some point. But we also have that 13-year-old that says, maybe it won't be that way for me. Maybe I'll be the first person that lives forever. Well, good luck with that. And even if you are, does it hurt to realize how precious life is? To have that gratitude and that joy, to live every moment as if it's your last? So it can be seen by some as morbid to keep that thought in mind, or it can make you more willing to be alive, to live your life, to realize, as one of my heroes, Joe Strummer, said, we just walk out on the street and we don't think to ourselves, I'm not dead, I'm alive. I get to experience everything there is right now. What a wonderful way to live. So as I say, I got to thinking about that, knowing we were going to celebrate a little birthday. And I found a poem that has always spoken to me. E.E. Cummings has so many about birthdays and life, but this one seems fitting. We'll close with this. Ring the bell once and then open your eyes when you're ready. Here's the poem. I thank you, God, for most this amazing day, for the leaping greenly spirits of trees and a blue true dream of sky, and for everything which is natural, which is infinite, which is yes. I who have died am alive again today, and this is the sun's birthday. This is the birthday of life and of love and wings, and of the gay, great, happening, illimitably earth. How should tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, breathing, any lifted from the know of all nothing, human being, merely doubt unimaginable you. Now the ears of my ears awake, and now the eyes of my eyes are opened. So work at letting your eyes awake and your ears and eyes open for this coming week. Finish with 3 deep breaths at the ring of the bell.